I got some dirty shit to pick up at the dry cleaner. I got a tidy bitch to pick up, I got love Selena. Shawty hop up in the whip, but I ain't never seen her. Shawty love the way I whip it in a two-seater.
What's up, everybody? I'm Jordan from the Problematic Posse.
I'm Groovy from the Problematic Posse.
And today we're giving our first impressions on the new My Hero Academia Ultra Rumble video game that's will be coming to PS4, Switch, Xbox, all those gaming systems. They dropped a trailer today showing the gameplay from the game. It's going to be a free-to-play video game, Battle Royale, kind of like Fortnite, so you speak, but except without guns and more hands, kind of like Hunter's Arena that me and Grant played before. So what we're going to sit here and do, we're going to talk about, kind of go through some of the things we saw in the trailer, some things that impressed us, some things that didn't. Grant, just off the top of the page, let's talk about the roster. How do you feel about the roster?
I like the roster. First of all, I will say this. I'll say this. I'm not in love with the roster. I don't hate it. Of course, you got Deku on there. Of course, you got Bakugo on there. Of course, you got Todoroki on there. I want them to add. I feel like it would have been cool to add like a couple more for each side. I understand that it's not going it's going to be a 24-person battle royale game.
Now, it could get there, like potentially, like game. If the game ends up becoming really big, it could potentially progress to the point there's 24 people. That's far bigger than what Hunter's Arena was, and far bigger than any other kind of like fighting battle royale has been up to this point. But I mean, it's a possibility. I think what they did was they mostly stuck towards characters from like that first arc,
which is fair. Yeah. Which is fair. Oh, no, I wasn't talking about the character. I was talking about how many players in game.
Yes.
So I was talking about like
a match.
Like in a match, I think it's 24. I know who I'll be using. I definitely think I'll be using Bakugo or Todoroki.
Yeah.
Also, I want to see how the villains play out in this game as well, in terms of gameplay. I'm excited for it. From the gameplay I've seen, I really am hyped for it. Like, for instance, with Hunter's Arena Legends, one of the reasons why I was so in love with that game, because there's not many battle royale games that are just centered around being RPG like, or just fighting. So that's one of the things I'm excited about.
And to Grant's point, what he means by like RPG styles, like a lot of times I think every character starts out with like 3 moves. They have 3 moves that they can use and utilize in the fights. And what you do is, as you take down opponents or as you collect items around the stage, your character's moves level up. Kind of like Bakugo's right here, where his first move is like level 3, bottom move is level 3, middle move is level 1, and the moves increase in intensity and in strength as you progress around the map. So that's where it kind of differs from a game like Fortnite, but it's more like the game like Hunter's Arena, where you would take down grunts in the game, and slowly you would build up your level to the point of your moves are stronger. So the name of the game is usually go around, collect things, become stronger, then go find your opponent and then try to take them out then. But the one thing, Grant, like looking at the gameplay, kind of different from Hunter's Arena, where Hunter's Arena had these bosses and grunts that you fought. I didn't kind of see any of that in the trailer for My Hero Academia. So it looks like you purely level up by either beating other players or by collecting stuff. Is that what you saw too?
Yeah, that's what I saw too. Like, I could be wrong. But one of the things I'm not sure how I feel about that, because I don't see collecting. Because one thing what made Hunter's Arena so fun is that, hey, outside of battling other opponents, we actually doing other stuff. Mm-hmm. Like we're actually fighting NPCs to get stronger. So I don't know how I feel about that. I hope the items are easier to find on a large scale.
Yeah.
Because it's not gonna really be fair if they're just super hard to find, and then one team find them and they just start mopping everybody.
Yeah.
Or just evenly displaced items, and then more just items just everywhere for the most part.
I get what you're saying, because like in Hunter's Arena, you had the option of you could either track down the rare, hard to find things, or you could just level up by beating the shit out of monsters on the stage. So you could do either one, but the game is limits us to only leveling up via equipment of items. Then it becomes an arms race. But then it's kind of then it becomes more like Fortnite or Battle Royale, where it's like find the best guns first. So it'd probably be more like that in that sense. So we'll have to wait and see till we get some more details on that. But I do like the progression of strength in the game. Like you say, you start out base level, your attacks are a lot smaller. And the official gameplay trailer showed like a side by side where this move from Todoroki is like a lot shorter and smaller. So it's like a small ice barricade. And this is like, actually, this is level 1. This is the level 1 move, but the level 3 move is actually like way taller and a lot more intense. So that's what we mean when we talk about leveling up within the game and increasing the attack ability of your moves. Going back to like the lineup of characters that they're putting in the game, I think it's kind of funny that Lita got left out.
Like, what if Mount Lady was the tank?
Yes.
And like she could take she could take a lot of damage, but just move really slow.
Yeah.
Or like Froppy, she's like a support type of character, to where you can get your teammates out of a situation pretty fast, and get them out of there. Or like Todoroki, where he's just extremely mobile, and you can get your teammates out of there and also be a powerhouse on the fighting end too. Mm-hmm. So I feel like each character is gonna have the game is gonna pressure you to select your roles wisely. Like you're not gonna be super, like you're not gonna be like well off by just picking one type of character. Like, oh, we're gonna go attack heavy. That might not work out.
Yeah. So
like to be balanced is like, I think that's what they're trying to do with the game. So that's why I like.
I'll say one other thing I kind of liked about watching the trailer is something I can't really show without putting a video, but there's a small nuance, something that doesn't really change anything really, but something I really appreciate is the movement in this game and how each character moves. Every character moves differently. They're even down to the jumps and how they fall. Like Midori, when he falls, his arm kind of like rotates in the air, which what you watch the anime, that's kind of how he falls in the anime. And then you look at All Might, his movement is akin to how he moves in the anime as well. So I thought that was a nice little touch, just judging from the trailer. Something I observed from watching the first gameplay.
Yeah, so like, yeah, attention to detail, that's one thing I do appreciate. So like this whole thing, like just being like how you saying it's like a starter stage to the like how like the starter stage to the anime, that's what they're gonna take off of for this game.
Yeah.
I do like that, so I do kind of get that now. Hopefully we get some I'm sure we get some DLC characters.
Definitely.
Like I would love to play as a Razorhead in this game. I would love to. Like basically you have the ability to just nullify everybody's powers, but going up against somebody super strong, you wouldn't be too well off. So like I just kind of the whole balance. I feel like they're gonna really do a good job of balancing the game, and that's one thing I'm ready for.
And that's something that's a very good point, Grant, is talking about balancing. I will say Hunter's Arena, while I loved it, one of the problems that I kind of noticed early on after playing it for a little while was that there was a bit of a balance issue with the DLC characters, like the characters behind a paywall. And if people were willing to buy those characters, if you met them on the stage, they might just wash you. I just hope My Hero Academia doesn't do that. I hope they don't put like these souped up powerful characters behind DLC. Make the characters interesting, fun, and balanced, and make it a reward to like, oh, I can play the Racerhead, but doesn't make it so the Racerhead is just so superior to the non-DLC characters.
Just make it to where you want to play as your, like, first of all, you want to play as your favorite character, and second of all, you want to add a more interesting element to the game, not just like a stronger like element. Like just bringing characters in and just be like, oh, hey, this dude's super strong. come get them. If for those who want them, y'all can come get them. For those who don't really want to buy them, then like you just have a look.
Yeah, and don't make it so people are forced to have to get every character because they won't be able to be competitive if they play with the original 12. That's what I'm hoping this game doesn't do. And that was something I feel like Hunter's Arena kind of didn't do right by its player base by doing it. But Grant, I'm gonna ask you this: do you predict this game getting a pretty big following / showing?
Considering the fact that this is probably the biggest, probably the first Battle Royale anime game on console in a hot minute, if at all.
I don't know what the other ones will be. I'm drawing a blank.
I feel like this game has a lot of potential to be great. In an era where we see so many FPS Battle Royale games, not surviving but thriving, but not even that many. It's really just Warzone, Fortnite, and that's really it. And Apex too. And I do feel like people will end up getting tired of those games. Be like, hey, this is something new. This is an RPG like Battle Royale game where we can play as our favorite anime characters.
Or on the flip side, like you say, you hate the anime games, all arena fighters. This is kind of like, hey, maybe we can start making anime games differently. Let's make more anime battle royales. Let's make more anime games in a different type of style, different kind of genre, based off the success of this My Hero Academia game. I think it has all the tools to be a big, thriving game. A lot of people love My Hero Academia. The characters are likable. The abilities, they have pretty cool abilities. Quirks are a pretty cool thing to superpower to work with. As long as they bring in DLC characters and keep them interesting, I think this game can be big. It's just one thing I kind of do worry about. I don't know. I couldn't get a good feel for it watching the gameplay trailer, but it seemed like the stage kind of seemed pretty small, like the overall size of the map. The map didn't look all that big, and I might be mistaken. But that's probably like one of my few concerns from the trailer so far. But
I had to go back and take a look at it too. But that's one thing I kind of like with a game that's like with its 24 players.
You wouldn't want to play that.
What'd you say?
You wouldn't want it too big with 24 people. I understand.
You don't want it too big, but you don't want it too small to where the minute you drop in and like 2 minutes after playing, you already fighting somebody.
Yeah, I was concerned about it being too small and the fact that it'll become boring because it's like you've been in one go, you could travel the entire map. Like I was going to say with Hunter's Arena, there was a lot of places on there. It took me playing the game like multiple sittings before I felt like I kind of traversed the entire map a little bit. Even then, I wasn't super familiar with everything on the map. But the map is real small. It's only a matter of time before people are like, well, damn, I kind of want more. Because when we're gonna get a new map, because this map is small and it's not a lot of different terrain from what I've seen. Like there could just like fallen buildings here, playground there. But you know, like places like Fortnite, it has a lot of different areas have distinct names and characteristics of their own. Even in Hunter's Arena, like you got a pyramid on one side, you got like a rocky terrain area over here, you got a snowy mountain over there. I don't know if the map wasn't really giving me a lot of variety in terms of landscape and different places to fight. But like I said, that's just from a small glance at the trailer. So hopefully I'm wrong and there's actually more to see from the map.
Yeah, I agree. Like that kind of thing plays into strategy, even though it does look cosmetic. Like in Fortnite, people be hiding. Hunter's Arena, we was hiding too, trying to get the drop on enemies. So like that plays into strategy. So that's one thing I am curious about. Granted, it is early, so I'm not going to knock it too much. And you easily have, and with MHA being such a big manga and it having so many fans, yeah. I feel like they can easily adapt and easily just go and like edit stuff that's really not being received well. So that's one thing I will say.
So right now, Grant, cop or not?
Absolutely. Like at the end of the day, it's a free game and it's a free anime game that people have been wanting. if it's a free game, 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna at least try it because it's free. Cause I'm not really losing anything out of playing it. Like it ain't like I bought a $50 game. They're like, oh, this game sucks. Versus, hey, if this game sucks, I didn't really lose anything out of it because I can just delete it. Like I ain't pay nothing. So like I mean like I say this game got a pretty. I say this game has a high floor and a high ceiling. A lot of room to grow, a lot of room to bring in favorite characters from the series, a lot of room to bring in different maps and everything like that. And a player base, which is probably going to be the anime fan base as well, that you can hear from, and you can ask, hey, what do y'all want to see in this game? And then you just adapt to that. So it's got like, in terms of lifespan, it's got a lot of potential, and also with there not being many, if any, anime battle royale games, this could be pretty big.
So there you have it. My Hero Academia, Ultra Rumble, Word to Groovy is a cop, free to play. Make sure you guys get it when it drops. As of right now, off the top of my head, I don't know the exact release date, but stay tuned for that. If you enjoy watching this video, like the video, comment, let us know your thoughts on it. Let us know what you want us to review / talk about or give our first impressions on next. We appreciate you guys. Y'all stay easy, stay problematic.